Dear Pixie, you asked us, how important is working with the colour rays and what you call language of light or rainbow light codes at the moment? Every individual is working with the sacred geometric frequencies of the cosmos, planet Earth, and the human blueprint. This is because these frequencies surround you, sustain you, and are at one with you. However, many individuals block themselves from the receiving and activations these frequencies bring. Many individuals, whilst not actually blocking the activations, are unconsciously working with them. Therefore, while activations take place and growth occurs, the activations are not focused or directed with intent. There are, of course, many that consciously work with these frequencies, and it is these individuals we address with our communications now. Working with these frequencies can occur through various tools, if you will. The study of the scientific concepts in physics, biology, and the study of the planetary solar system, your Sun and Earth. The working in these fields brings natural activation, although not necessarily always in balance. The following of the spiritual path through religious text and ancient story, awakening knowing through myth and metaphor. This too brings activation, although again, not always necessarily in balance. Music, visual art, and other forms of creativity bring these activations. Communications, spiritual work, sexuality, and connection with like-minded other bring these activations. Therefore, in answer to your question, it is not necessarily important to consciously work with the colour rays, language of light or rainbow light codes as actual presentations, for this is done in many other ways. It is but one path to utilise the imagery and metaphor we present. However, there is an ever-growing collective of individuals that respond in perfect alignment to the higher metaphor. These are the star-seeded individuals who have activated the extraterrestrial aspects of their DNA, creating a human blueprint within that is beyond your expectation and idea of a human being. However, these individuals are more human, if you will, for it is the human blueprint, the original organic human blueprint, that is the template for the physical presentation of all that is. Source, or God, if you will. These individuals move into a space of expansion through conscious will for growth, awareness, and enlightenment. It is these individuals who benefit from conscious working with the colour rays, language of light, and rainbow light codes. The universal subconscious communicates with the radio receiver of the human brain through archetype and metaphor, through the visual cortex of the human brain, the pineal gland activation. The imagination is the key, the bridge, if you will, between the universal subconscious and the interpretations through the human brain. The imagination has layers or levels to it, if you will. These layers or levels correspond with the biological activations occurring within the human brain and DNA pattern. These levels or layers can also be quite correctly referred to as dimensions. The colour rays, language of light, and rainbow light codes activate the deeper layers within the imagination. One could then view them as keys or doors to other dimensions, which indeed they are. Because the universal subconscious is exactly that, universal, then there is a universal understanding of these colour rays and these symbologies, for the universal mind is, of course, one mind. Therefore, the colour rays, language of light, and rainbow light codes are understood at the subconscious level, the level of the DNA. An individual need not be fully conscious of the presentations he or she experiences, and indeed it is most advantageous to the human vehicle if the individual is not fully conscious. This is because the processing aspect to the colour ray presentations, language of light and rainbow light codes is the activation. We repeat, the processing aspect to the colour ray presentations, language of light and rainbow light codes is the activation. There is usually a time lag, if you will, between the presentation of the colour ray, the receiving of the metaphoric code, and the processing of it. This time lag is a most beautiful aspect of this, as it is this that allows the unique presentation through one incarnated biological organism of that which is universal, infinite, and of complete unity. It is the presentation through the one incarnated biological organism of Source that shows Source itself, shows Source the unique presentations of itself. This is how Source, or God if you will, learns what it is. This is how consciousness moves forward in its fractal infinite movement in search of the answer to the never-ending question, that of, is consciousness conscious? The never-ending question creates drive, focus, flow, and creation in perfect alignment. When drive, focus, flow, and creation is in balance, then the 0 point is accessed and the stillness within is discovered. The never-ending question is the first movement, shift, or distortion from the original source point of all that is. The incarnated biological organism, when activated and in complete balance and alignment, mirrors the original source point of all that is, yet acts as a mirror to it, acts in opposition to it, or in opposite flow. And it is through the stillness, the 0 point, that the drive, focus, flow, and creation are found. This leads to the never-ending question and constant movement to reach the answer through unique presentation of source to source. The colour ray activations, language of light, sacred geometric frequencies, and rainbow light codes provide the codes needed for the activations that allow the incarnated biological organism to grow into that which holds the organic original human blueprint. This process is what we would call ascension. Therefore, in answer to your question, the importance of working with these frequencies is a matter of degree. For consciously working with them is a choice made by those who stand in alignment with universal choice. The place where no conscious choice needs to be made, or rather, conscious choice is made in simultaneous alignment with unconscious choice, that which you know as fate or destiny. Therefore, these colour rays, language of light, sacred geometric frequencies, and rainbow light codes will automatically present to these activated individuals. For these individuals, it is not just important, but essential to work with the activations, for they become the very fabric of their understanding. They make sense of their reality through the higher metaphor. They have reached what we would call the higher stargates of hyperspace, and at this point they become teachers of the way, guides to walking the higher path, and planetary healers. They become grid workers, magicians, wizards, and masters of the elements. These are the ancient ones, the priests of Atlantis, the lords of Lemuria, and those that embody the DNA patterns of the royal lines within Sirius, Arcturus, the Pleiades, and many other star systems. They are time travelers, dimensional quantum jumpers, dream walkers, walk-ins and watchers. They are the future of humanity. A future humanity that is your present, your today, your here and now. They are the ones you have been waiting for. They are you. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.